Southern Hospitality recently wrapped up Season 3, ending on a high note with a finale episode and one-episode reunion all in one night. It's the most underrated show on Bravo at the moment, with reality show pundits and cultural barometers such as Laguna Bayach and Sexy Unique Podcast calling it the new show to watch now that the original Vanderpump Rules cast has been stripped down and sold for parts. While the cast of Southern Hospitality undoubtedly delivered, both the reunion and the finale still left storylines underdeveloped and characters with not nearly enough screen time because they didn't have nearly enough episodes and got a shoddy one-episode reunion that insultingly took place at the Watch What Happens live set. Southern Hospitality is experiencing the same peak that Southern Charm and Vanderpump Rules did during their earlier seasons, but Bravo is shortchanging both the cast and fans by not giving them the same treatment as other shows. Southern Hospitality is Bravo's hidden gem. Southern Hospitality had a great run this past season, with much of the show being dedicated to the relationship drama of Emmy Sherritt and Will Culp, as well as Maddie Reese and Joe Bradley. On top of that, they brought on 4 new cast members, and consequently, the season struggled to immerse them all because there were so many stories to be told. The Season 3 finale ended on a cliffhanger, with Will telling producers that the rumors of his alleged infidelity weren't true, because of course he did, and that TJ Dinch and Bradley Carter had zero credibility for those rumors because of the information Will and Emmy had on them. It was revealed at the reunion that TJ, Brad, Emmy, and Will had all colluded in Season 2 to make it seem like Maddie's then-boyfriend, Trevor, had cheated again, this time with Brad's fitness client Sammy. Their goal was to get Trevor out of the picture and to stage drama for the show, and it worked. During the reunion, Maddie was devastated and confused because her friends had been lying to her for so long. On top of that, it's questionable whether her now-boyfriend, Joe, knew the entire time, making the fact that he'd been in love with her for 4 years before their relationship less sweet and more suspect because of his unknown level of involvement, and him using Maddie's breakup with Trevor as a stepping stone for their relationship. The one-episode reunion had little room for resolution. There was not much airtime to call Will to task over the cheating allegations and shady behavior, and even though he refused to show up to the reunion, grievances still should have been aired out regardless. There was barely an opportunity to press Joe on what he knew about this whole scheme. There was also no time for Emmy to confront cast members like Molly Moore for bashing her in confessionals despite barely registering her existence. To see Molly tell Emmy at the reunion that she has so much potential and is such a smart girl felt especially icky because the only reason Molly had any screen time was to piggyback off of talking about Emmy and Will. There really should have been some accountability. It would have been satisfying to see her at least own up to the fact that all of her confessional jokes were stolen from popular memes. The reunion left no room for the cast members to answer for their transgressions, grudges, or relationships, and it's disappointing. Bravo spinoffs are criminally underrated. Bravo not giving spinoffs nearly enough screen time to flourish to their full potential isn't anything new. The Valley is beloved amongst Bravo fans who were underwhelmed by the show's predecessor, Vanderpump Rules. While people were upset when the cast of Vanderpump Rules was replaced by fresh faces, knowing the Valley could fill the void softened the blow. Realistically, there would have been no way to properly wrap up Vanderpump Rules with a grand finale, and a spin-off is a perfect way to let new stories with both old and new characters unfold. To see that the Valley didn't even get a finale was disappointing but unsurprising. Spin-offs are the best way to satiate the fanbase's appetite with once great shows that have some story left to tell but are better situated in a different environment. It's also not like these reality stars are employable in any other field, so to have them on a spin-off is a win for all parties involved. Bravo needs to start putting more support in their spin-offs because those are their best bets for having any resolve for their floundering shows. The Valley picked up Vanderpump Rules slack, while Southern Hospitality is doing the same for Southern Charm. Bravo needs to start giving spin-off shows the ultimate Bravo treatment with more episodes, bigger cast trips for bombshells to drop and drama to develop, and longer reunions for more resolve. Southern Hospitality, Bravo's hidden gem that deserves better. Southern Hospitality, Bravo's reality show about a group of charming and dramatic young professionals living in Charleston, South Carolina, recently wrapped up its third season with a much-discussed finale and reunion episode. Although it ended with a high note of suspense, the final moments left many fans feeling frustrated as unresolved storylines and unanswered questions dominated the airwaves. Unfortunately, the season's wrap-up revealed a disturbing trend in Bravo's handling of spin-off shows, specifically how the network shortchanges their most promising series. When Southern Hospitality began, few expected it to become the sleeper hit that it is now. Its unique blend of Southern charm, scandal, and interpersonal drama created a viewing experience that captivated audiences looking for the next big thing after Vanderpump Rules. But unlike Vanderpump Rules and other long-standing hits like Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality seems to be in danger of being undervalued, both by Bravo and its audience. A cliffhanger ending that left fans hanging. The Season 3 finale of Southern Hospitality left viewers on the edge of their seats, culminating in a shocking cliffhanger. Will Culp, the central figure of much of the season's drama, was confronted with allegations of cheating and misconduct. His alleged infidelity was thrown into question when he claimed that the rumors circulating about him were nothing more than lies orchestrated by his fellow cast members, including TV Dinch and Bradley Carter. This revelation, which seemed poised to tear apart the show's already fractured friendships, was left hanging in the wind, unresolved. Despite the gravity of the situation, Southern Hospitality was met with a frustratingly rushed one-episode reunion hosted by Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live. The lack of time devoted to unpacking the many layers of tension between Will, Emmy Sherritt, Joe Bradley, and the rest of the cast made the reunion feel like an afterthought, a missed opportunity for the kind of deep-dive drama fans crave. In particular, viewers were left wanting more from Will, who refused to show up to the reunion to face the allegations head-on. His absence was palpable, especially considering the show's ongoing central focus on his relationship with Emmy, whose trust had been shattered by Will's actions. The missed potential of the reunion. One of the most disappointing aspects of the reunion was the absence of resolution for crucial questions that had been building throughout the season. With Will not present to defend himself, there was little opportunity for the cast to call him out on his shady behavior. The reunion episode could have provided a platform for the cast to air grievances, ask tough questions, and gain clarity on Will's involvement in the alleged conspiracy to ruin Maddie Reese's relationship with her ex, Trevor. Yet, the rushed format of the reunion only left the most pressing issues hanging in the balance. Moreover, there was a noticeable lack of closure when it came to Joe's involvement in the scheme. While the show had hinted at his possible knowledge of the deception surrounding Maddie and Trevor, the reunion did not delve into whether Joe had known about Will and Emmy's manipulation, or whether he had been complicit in using Maddie's heartbreak to further his own romantic interests. Fans were left questioning how much of Joe's love story with Maddie was genuine and how much of it had been influenced by the toxic dynamics playing out around them. The reunion was also frustrating for Amy, who was finally given a chance to confront her castmates, including Molly Moore, about the hurtful comments made behind her back. While Molly feigned support and complimented Emmy's intelligence and potential, the insincerity of her words was palpable. Emmy's frustration with the situation was evident, yet the show gave her very little airtime to truly express herself or confront the drama that had been directed at her throughout the season. The brief moments of awkward tension between the cast felt more like setup for another season than an actual attempt to resolve the show's complicated interpersonal dynamics. Bravo's underappreciation of spin-offs. The struggles of Southern hospitality are not unique in the Bravo universe. The network has a long history of mishandling spin-offs, which often fail to receive the attention and support they deserve. Southern hospitality could have benefited from the same kind of lavish treatment that Southern Charm or Vanderpump Rules received in their early years. Unfortunately, the show is caught in a cycle of underwhelming seasons and underfunded reunions, which threaten to hinder its full potential.